vehicle. He's rushed to a hospital. He doesn't need to register. He doesn't need to pay. Nobody can deny him. No facility can deny him treatment. And he walks away home. This is something that has never been there, but it is in law. Article 43, sub-article 2 of the Constitution, where at the Bill of Rights, require government to do that. The last one, service we offer is chronic and critical illness services for all SHA paid members at level 5 and level 6. The details of these services that the member have asked, Mr. Speaker, are set out in legal notice number 47. The NHIF was not required to publish, but this House allowed us. Those services you can access, and a legal notice number 47 was created. The gazetted benefits are a huge improvement from the previous benefit offered by the defunct NHIF. They are aligned to the projected collections. These benefits we shall continuously improve in tandem with available resources. For instance, Mr. Speaker, this month, SHA and the ministry, we have enhanced the ICU package from 4,000 to 28,000 per day. And additionally, we have increased 150,000 extra for all cancer patients. And that is because of that chronic and critical illness services. Mr. Speaker, the next one was about the referral system. There is 3 levels of healthcare services or access in the referral system as shown below in the document that I've given to the colleagues who asked this question. All registered SHA members, Mr. Speaker, can access outpatient services at the primary health facilities, level 2 and 4, free primary health care fund, which this House has established, courtesy of this House. So they access it for free. Number 2, Mr. Speaker, all inpatient services are accessed at secondary health facilities, level 4 to level 6. SHIF, which is the contributory arm of the universal health care or the Taifa care, and paid by Kenyans, is where you can access those level 4 to 6 inpatients in those facilities, both public, private, and faith-based. For indigents, they will be paid by government of Kenya. They can be paid by our members of parliament through their NCGF. They can be paid by our county governments. They can be paid by Good Samaritans and sponsors. And the last one is all specialized services are accessed at our tertiary facility, level 5 to 6. That is where we have emergency, chronic, and critical illness, which is again, courtesy of this House, is funded by the government of Kenya. So this referral system, Mr. Speaker, is aimed at decongesting the specialized facilities to allow them to focus on the provision of specialized services as contemplated under the Health Act of 2017. Mr. Speaker, let me explain this. Why do Kenyans go to India, to other countries to look for specialized facilities? It's because our specialized facilities, like Kenyatta National Hospital, like Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, like Kenyatta University, are full with the patients that can be attended to at level 2, at level 3, at level 4. Somebody with a headache will go to Kenyatta Hospital. Somebody with malaria will go to Kenyatta Hospital. Somebody with a small scar accident. Our specialized facilities should be for special cases so that we stop Kenyans going out to look for special facilities. And I really want to ask this House to support me that the men and women who work in our specialized facilities should attend to Kenyans who require special needs and not for ailments that can be done at the other levels of our health system. The other question was on the empowerment of the health facilities. How do we know this is a health facility? How do we grade them? How do we find a facility? Unlike before, Mr. Speaker, a facility now must be licensed by the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Council and the Clinical Officers Council and all other regulatory bodies within the health sector. They must tell us this facility is at this level. This facility has all that is required to be part of the universal health care. So these facilities must be licensed by the regulator. And if the regulator is the one who audits these facilities, if the regulator feels this facility is not level 4, is level 3, then the regulator will stop and will advise SHA. Secondly, and more important, and NHIF, Mr. Speaker, used to accredit facilities itself, making facilities to pay for them to be empaneled even after being licensed. So it was who you know, it was how much money you pay for your facility to be accredited by the defunct NHIF. Now it is different. And when I had a meeting with the Council of Governors, we still had about 2,900 primary health facilities which have not been licensed, which we have asked them to give us the names which they have already provided, and the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Council and the other regulatory bodies within that sector will. The approved SHA staff establishment, Mr. Speaker, is a question that I was asked, is 815. And in line with the first schedule of the Social Health Insurance Act that this August House has passed, SHA has advertised positions and is giving first priority in the act that you have passed. The first priority will go to the employees of the defunct NHIF. NHIF staff who are not absorbed by SHA, because SHA is more of technology driven. The number will reduce. Those staff will be deployed within the public service. No one will lose their job. But let me do it with a rider. Your certificates must be genuine. If you are working at NHIF and your degree is fake, we will not only not post you to any other place, but we will refer you to the institutions within the criminal justice system that have done it. And we already found a number of them. The number, Mr. Speaker, corruption has permitted until people don't want to go to universities. They want to buy degrees. So please, members of parliament, I am sure many of you have approached me, telling me we have so and so working. Before I deal with those cases, ask your constituents who are working at NHIF, and I'm sure they're watching me. If their documents are in order, nobody will lose a job. But if your documents are false, they are fake, you better not wait for me. You better resign now and just go home. Because we will not carry when you have joined NHIF. In fact, we will surcharge you for all the salaries that you are paid by the former defunct NHIF. The other one was provide a detailed report of the current capital capitation. SHA has not received any capitation or monies from SHIF. SHIF has not received. As we said, we have two. There's a difference between SHA and SHIF. The insurance component has not received any capitation or monies from the exchequer. SHIF is a contributory and self-financing. Mr. Speaker, if you allow me, because the member has the table, which I have explained very well. The other question was how the monies that have been utilized in the operationalization of the fund. Mr. Speaker, all monies collected so far are used to settle verified claims. Let me stress the word verified claims. All the previous claims of the former defunct NHIF, which have not been paid. Some are with the former Auditor General's Ouko's task force, who is looking at the bigger picture of the 500 billion pending bills. But I have set up a verification team for all the pending bills between July 2022 up to when we took over this administration, up to 30th of September 2024, when SHA took over. And we have made a commitment, Mr. Speaker, and we will seek for that budget. Anybody who bills have been verified and they are between 0 to 10 million, the government of Kenya will pay, and we will bring that to the budget committee and to this house to seek that money. The rest, we have formed that committee. So, Mr. Speaker, all the money that we have so far collected, we have used to settle the verified claims which have been verified, which are. Speaker, I really want to bring the house, and this is good for the country to know. During the NHIF time, today, and this house has capped the administration cost of SHA at 5%. What was the administration cost of the defunct NHIF? At one time, it was 40%. That's why many people were employed. That's why money was everywhere. That's why there was fraud. By the time this administration was coming to office, the administrative cost of the former defunct NHIF was at 17%. Today, because of technology, the administrative cost, and it's in law, of SHA is at 5%. Proper measures have been put in place to ensure, Mr. Speaker, proper verification of SHA claims is done as follows. All patients are verified using the National Registration Bureau data, identifying biometrics. Mr. Speaker, this system is linked to NRB. This system is paperless. SHA will not give you a card like NHIF card. You walk to a hospital, if you are registered, because we have integrated with the National Registration Bureau. When you are taking your ID, we had your 10 fingerprints. So when you put your 10 fingerprints, then the system will show you. So, and this is so important because we want to identify the person. Mr. Speaker, before you go to a hospital, the hospital can take instead of taking 10 fingerprints, that hospital, that place, they can take 7 of your fingerprints. And the other 3 was used for fraud. Where, for example, Honorable KJ can be sitting in this house, but maybe somebody has used his fingerprints and is admitted in a hospital for 5 days, and that facility is paid. So this system is integrated to the National Registration Bureau data. 2, the SHA system is integrated with the systems of all regulators, the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Council, the Nursing Council, the Clinical Council, among other health workers. We will know from the system who is the doctor treating you. There will be no more Dr. Mugo in this country. And you know Dr. Mugo, what he did to many people. And it's from Dagaroti, the member is saying. We will know the doctor who did the surgery. And the Speaker, I'll give you a good example that we have seen. Crazy thing. For a doctor, a surgeon, to perform hip replacement, he needs, and there are doctors in this house, he needs 8 to 12 hours. Under the former defunct NHIF, we had a facility that had a doctor who performed 10 hip replacement in one day. That must be a very meticulous magician doctor. Now it will not happen because the Kenyan Medical Practitioner Dentist Council, which Dr. Golicha is a member, we will see Dr. Golicha has treated, and if we see he is not the one, then that payment will not be made. The Nursing Council, we know which nurse is treating our patients. We know which clinician is treating. So all their database, if their license is cancelled because of malpractice, then the system, through these bodies, it will delete him. The Speaker, and that is to ensure the correctness of the facility and the doctor providing the service. Even the facility are identified by the regulators. The Speaker, a claim verification office with qualified doctors has been designated to undertake additional verification and settlement of claims. In fact, the leader of the claims department, most likely, I don't preempt, when recruited, the director must be a medic. All SHA claims, Mr. Speaker, as I said earlier, are settled by the 14th day of every month. All claim status are available at our facility portal. Every facility, every claim can be seen on the dashboard. The other question, Mr. Speaker, was state the current liabilities of the fund. Because Honorable Wajiko had many questions. Mr. Speaker, the ministry has appointed a verification committee to review the claims and make recommendation on the same to be settled within 3 months. And Mr. Speaker, I was very clear to the verification committee. If they allow and present a fake, fictitious claim, Mr. Speaker, they will be held responsible. Clarify how SHA is enforcing the payment of contribution by employers. Mr. Speaker, SHA sends reminders, SMS, every 15th and 30th of every month to employers and employees. SHA has also designated officers to follow upon on the payment of the contribution. Finally, Mr. Speaker, state the percentage of the SHA funds that shall be paid to medical equipment suppliers vis-a-vis public health facility. Speaker, I want to say here, the National Equipment Service Program, known as NESP, is completely delinked from SHA. It's a different program. It is a replacement of the old system known as MES. And I'm happy, Mr. Speaker, if you allow me, to engage the House and table a full report of the National Equipment Service Program, which is a joint venture between the national and the county government. And so far, 45 counties have signed the IPAs to join the program. Only 2 have not, which I am talking to them. I will update the House on that. So that program, Mr. Speaker, is not part of the SHA. SHA is not paying for. SHA is not a partner. SHA does not know. SHA only pays for its members when they fall sick, when they require surgery, when they want to deliver, when they have cancer, when there is an emergency, SHA and the primary health care. Speaker, I think the last one was provide the status of the primary health care fund in relation to facilities improvement.
Minister, you have actually dealt with 2 questions by Honorable Kawanjiku. We'll now allow members to joyride on those before we go to the next question. Yes, let's start with Oundo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I want to thank our colleague for coming back here. Chair, Honorable Speaker, allow me to ask the Minister 2 very basic questions. And I want to ride on the first question of Kwanjiko, number 2, on the issue of teenage mothers who do not have national IDs. Honorable Speaker, I come from a border county, so in essence, there are quite a number of ladies from Uganda who get married to a Kenyan man. For some strange reason, they don't get IDs, but they get pregnant. So they have to go to hospital and deliver. Yet, Honorable Speaker, they have no IDs, so they cannot get into this program.